Welcome to Three Loves Yarn in Nampa, Idaho. We are just outside of Boise and we have a great tour in store for you today. Let's head inside and meet Erica.
Hi, my name's Erica. I'm the owner of Three Loves here in Nampa.
Okay, so let's take a tour around the shop. Where do you want to start?
Welcome. Let's go this way.
Okay.
That's how I usually walk my new customers through.
Awesome.
So in our shop, we kind of organize our yarns by weight mostly. So we start out with we have our lace weight and our fluffy stuff, and then sock yarn or fingering weight.
Nice. Wait, I have to stop and look at just like the chandeliers and like the shawls and everything that you have decorated here. Do you make most of these?
A lot of them I've made. Some of them. So my mom is a very good knitter. She's actually the one who taught me how to knit when I was 20. And so she is a very good knitter. And then her cousin actually has made quite a few of them. She lives in San Diego, but we like send her yarn and she knits our samples. So it's very fun.
So cool. And what about the chandelier?
Man, long story on that. So it was a friend of mine. I used to tile. And he lived in where did he live? Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And he flew me out to help tile some houses because he got a little overbooked. And that's one of the families was getting rid of that chandelier. And so we drove it back from Kansas City.
It's very cool.
So, yeah.
I love that. It adds so much style. Yeah, okay, back to the yarn.
Okay. Okay, so fingering, we have like just a handful of fiber. We're hoping to add this fiber in later, and spinning wheels and stuff, but it's coming later.
Awesome.
Sport weight.
Very nice.
And then we do like DK worsted chunky, so that's like the quick tour.
Perfect.
We have a good mix of like local yarn, some bigger distributors, some smaller distributors.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of like, I see Barocco and I see Noro.
Yeah.
But then, you also have like your indie dyers, which we're going to go back around and see those as well.
We like to just, it's stuff that I like when they come through. I'm like, I like that. So I get it.
I love it. Okay. So as we keep going around this way.
All right.
You've got some hand spun here.
Yes. So these are all of our local fibers.
Oh,
so
nice.
We have like 3 or 4 hand spinners that we have their stuff, and they just kind of bring it in as they spin it, which is fun. So it's like mostly one of a kind. These are a little bit more mass manufactured. And then this section right here is a local company called Rescue, and they do it's rescue animals that then need sheared, and it's all kinds of animals, mostly sheep, but there's a little bit of, they have a llama and stuff, but that's all locally produced as well.
Very cool. I love that. Okay, then back this way, we have some buttons.
We do have our buttons. So this was my mom's button collection. And then she's like, it's not doing me any good. So we brought it here. So these are just it's kind of fun. They're like random buttons. Hard when you're looking for a project though, because you may or may not. We always go on a button hunt. If somebody needs 5 of the same button, we're like, we'll see.
That's fun though, especially if you can mix and match in your project and just go with a color scheme or something.
Exactly.
I love that.
And then this is our non-wool wall. So people who have wool allergy or maybe they just don't like wool. This is all our non-wool blends, cottons and acrylics and things like that. And then here we have our notions wall.
You have a lot of options.
Just about everything you might possibly need or not need. I don't know.
Perfect.
Our needles, we carry Likey and Chowgu is my favorite needle personally.
Yeah.
So
I like those too.
We carry those because I can sell them because of them.
Yeah. And you have the ergonomic crochet hooks.
Yes. I really like those guys. I don't know if you've used these little Bryce spun wood ones, but those are honestly probably my favorite. If you haven't touched them before, they have a nice little thumb spot and they're really nice wood.
Yeah, those do look really nice.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. And then these are just mostly new products on here.
I love that. Kind of like your feature.
Yeah. We just got these
in.
doodle decks in. Are you familiar with these guys?
I love the doodles.
Okay.
Yeah. I've only done one doodle, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just fun to like collect
I know.
the decks.
That's how I think people feel that way too.
I love it.
So it was kind of fun.
Now this space over here, you have so many spaces to gather.
Yes.
So
it was kind of the big deal of when we opened, or my big vision was to do to foster community for the fiber company, or fiber community. So yeah, we have all kinds of spaces, so people can like split up if they're having, I don't know, just all kinds of people gather.
Yeah.
And so we have the table here, couches over there.
That's nice. And you even have space back here.
Yes, back here.
You have a whole like
Yes.
huge
Yeah.
other space back here.
Yeah, so this is our classroom. When we have knit nights, we do last night everybody was out there, but a lot of times there's like, this place is full and nobody, it just depends on what people are feeling for the time. So, but we do classes back here too. Once a month we have a potluck, and when we do potlucks, it's like full. So
fun.
Yeah, so this is our space back here. We're having a knitting machine class today. So the peoples have brought their knitting machines.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of a new thing. We're excited about it. And then this messy wall over here.
Yeah, let's go over here, because this is so, you were telling us about this last night.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest collection of like a free library I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I really should have cleaned it up before you came.
No, this is charming.
But this is what it normally looks like.
I love it.
But anyway, this is our de-stash. So it's like a leave one, take one situation. So you can just bring yarn that you're sick of looking at and then grab yarn. Some people just donate to it. Like, we have people who are just like really good de-stashers. I've heard you're a very good de-stasher.
Yes.
I like to keep things clean, and
I don't like to have things linger for too long.
Yeah, so this will be perfect for you.
I love
So you
it.
can just like let it go here, and that way it's just we know it's going to a good home. We do a lot of our classes. Like if somebody needs to swatch for something, we're like, just go grab something from the wall, and we can teach. And then we have a big collection of needles over there as well that have been donated. They're not like, they're just like old straight needles or all kinds of stuff. So if anybody ever needs to like learn, we just like grab stuff and get it in their hands, and then
that's so
and
perfect.
then there they go. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I like that the floor is glittery.
Yeah. So our other floor was glittery with gold glitter. And then when we were doing this floor, I did like a poll on my Instagram. I said, do we glitter or no glitter? And do we gold glitter or rainbow glitter?
So you did this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't. Yeah.
I know. I love it though. Like it kind of feels like it was here already.
Oh, well, yeah. This was like a really dark garage space, like a workshop, because they were like an electrical company before, and trucks would come in and like load and supply, and this was like their workshop. So it was like gray floor, really dark. We like painted stuff white.
I love
made it bright. So, and we put in all these lights when we moved in. So.
That makes it nice. Yeah. Okay, so tell me about, there's something coming.
Okay.
With the lockers.
Yes. So I don't know if you've ever been to, our local quilt shop has lockers because they do like sewing machines and stuff. So when they do classes, people just have their sewing machines. Or if you've ever, I don't know, smoking lounges used to have a locker, and you could like keep are you familiar with this concept? Okay. Anyway.
It's a reference that
yeah.
But I went to school.
Yeah,
I did leave my stuff there.
So we got these lockers first for employees. And we were like keeping our stuff in, which was really fun. And these were like, I think these came from Kansas City. They say Minneapolis on them, but somebody like picked them in Kansas City and then brought them to Emmett. And then I drove out to Emmett and picked them up. I love these
cool.
ones. If I could have all colored ones, I'd be so happy. But we did find these good, like old school lockers. And so the people were like, could we get a locker? We want to have a locker. And so we looked for lockers and happened to find this whole set all in one buy. So that was really good. So people soon will be able to rent a locker, keep their stuff here, their snacks. One lady keeps her like chair pad for the hardwood chairs.
That's great.
Project bags, notions bags, yarn stash that you're not ready to take home yet. I don't know. Anyway, so they can rent a locker. It's like a monthly fee, and then every month they get a little treat in their locker.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it'll change from from month to month what that little treat is. So yeah.
I love that. I've never seen that before. I think that is charming.
Yeah.
So you not only have all these tables, but then you have like this kitchen back here. Was this here?
No, we actually put this in when we moved in. Because I don't know, it's like we want it to feel like your living room kind of when you come.
Definitely.
Want you to be comfortable. Like we literally have people that will come and knit all day. So they like bring their lunch and they can like heat it up in the microwave and just like, I don't know. It's such a lovely community. But so they can use the fridge. We always have sparkling water stocked in the fridge. You can have coffee or tea or hot chocolate.
I love it.
Yeah, everything is kind of a mess. This is our living room. It's not neat and tidy.
It is not messy. I don't know where you're getting that from, but
maybe I'm more critical than everybody else is.
It does feel like home, but not in a messy way.
Okay, that's good. Oh, thank you.
Okay, and then this right here.
Oh, yes.
What's happening here?
Okay, so everything we have kind of stems out of stuff that we started as employees, and then our customers are like, we want to do it too. So, when you get out of control with your whips.
Yeah.
Or maybe in control, but you just have a lot of them. So people will list their whip projects, all their work in progress. And then these are our star charts. So we know that we're actually working through our whips. So when you finish it, you get a star. You can see what everybody's working on. And then we have little froggy stickers.
I see.
So if you end up frogging your project, you can put a froggy sticker on it.
That's cute.
So yeah, this is really fun. So we do like a New Year's Day event, like a New Year's cast on party. And so everybody kind of revisits on New Year's Day. We always have a brunch on New Year's Day, and it's super fun. But these are our projects.
This I used to be a teacher, so this very much satisfies.
Yeah. You need to have one.
I know.
You'll have to make a progress chart, and you can message us, and we can give you stars. Sometimes, if it's a very big deal, we will do a star ceremony.
Oh my gosh!
So
that is so great.
Yeah. So this is one of our local bag makers. She's a new knitter, so fun. She's been making bags for a long time, and she just started coming to knit on New Year's Day. Her daughter was coming here to crochet, and her daughter actually did like a internship with me for her senior year for like small business. So she like came in and worked and like did her senior project on my small business, which was fun. Anyway, so she started knitting, and then since she started knitting, she started making more project style bags. So these are really fun. So we have our local Boise State bag, and then some Tula Pink. Do you know Tula Pink?
Oh, I don't.
This fabric maker. She does some amazing fabrics.
It's really fun.
I really like her.
And then she does these too,
yes,
right?
And these are like our most. We only have one right now, sadly, but it's a little cake bowl, and it has a little thing so you can like keep your stitch markers on there, and it just holds your little cake of yarn while you're working on your project.
I love that.
These are by Nampa Bespoke Totes. She does a really good job.
Very fun. And then you have another bag maker.
And then this gal, Michelle, she is like an industrial seamstress, but she also just recently started knitting in the last couple of years. And so she's been making these project bags, and all of hers are like really one of a kind, like shape. She does really lovely quilting job. I love her sense of color.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
You can see they're all just a little bit different.
Yeah, this one has like a leather bottom and fabric. Yeah, these are just beautiful.
So fun. Yeah.
I love these. So So this is one of your local dyers.
Yes.
How close are they? Like, are they in?
She's in Nampa. She used to live in Boise, but recently moved to Nampa. So
super local.
Yeah, super local. She Knitted Niceties is her company name. She actually started out making the project bags that
These are great.
carrying there. And then she started dyeing minis for gnome sets. And we loved her mini colors so much. We were like, we need full skeins, please.
Yes.
So she started dyeing full skeins. She is a teacher during the year, and so she really only dyes in the summer. So we have like spurts of when we have a lot of her stuff and a little bit of her stuff, but she works very hard, but she has such an amazing sense of color.
It's a nice rainbow.
Yeah,
I love that.
She's doing a good job.
And these are her minis.
We have like a mix of minis. This is just our mini bar, and they're kind of from everywhere. So any of the yeah, see, she has her sock yarn.
Very nice. I love that.
Yeah. And then we only have this small sampling of Teton yarns. Teton's from Driggs, Idaho. She lives right on, like, the Tetons are in her backyard.
No way.
So beautiful. But she does trunk shows here quite a bit, and this is all we have left right now. But she is like the most beautiful, like, jewel tone dyer. Oh, her stuff's so pretty. If you haven't seen her,
nice.
I'd look her up. She has some really gorgeous stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's all we have there right now. It's just this little baby bit. Yeah.
Y'all do trunk shows quite a bit, right?
We do, yeah. Trunk shows are really fun. We started out doing mostly local Idaho trunk shows, and we've recently gotten to branch out a little bit and get people to come. So that's been really fun.
Yeah.
We actually have, are you familiar with Road Trip Sock Yarn?
Yes.
So she's coming through in August, which we're very excited about. So yeah, Allie, she's such a sweet lady.
That'll be super fun.
Yeah. Okay. So this stemmed out of our, de-stash. So somebody got rid of like this whole big collection of mohair, and I started making these, like, I call them magic mohair, but it's just like all different colors. So we'll do a striping, and it's just something that we make in house where we just like randomly are like throwing colors in so that people can do like a striping mohair project.
Are you dyeing?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's just like you can see all the little knots and bits typed
so it's like
together.
little bundles of.
Yeah. So people can do a striping mohair project, like if you wanted to make like a shirt like this, and I don't know.
Cool.
I have a project in mind for it, for a sample. I just haven't had time to knit it yet.
What are you thinking?
I want to do like hold it together with something, and it'll just make like a really random striped top along with a chunkier yarn, and it'll just be like a soft fade of color.
Super fun.
But I also think it would be really pretty in just like a Sophie scarf if you used like a white and then ran the color of mohair with it. It'd be so pretty.
Would be cool.
Anyway, it's fun. Sometimes we just sit there with the big bag of mohair and we're like, I like this color, I like this color, and just tie them all.
So you're like magic knotting them together?
Just regular knotting them. Since it's mohair, it's like
it's not going to come apart.
Yeah. And people
cool.
can cut the knots, or they can just keep knitting with it, and I don't think it's too noticeable. Another local thing we have is this. Leah is a very good repurposer. Like she can't throw anything away. She always sees a purpose for something. So she started doing these stitch markers for us, and this is all like thrift store jewelry basically that she like deconstructs. And so there's all these really beautiful sets of stitch markers, and she's just so clever. Like these squares, cool. I feel like people have a hard time finding those chunky stitch markers. And I was like, I never would have thought to like take those apart, but so pretty, so interesting. She's very particular about her findings and making sure they're not snaggy, because she is a knitter. So she does really, really good work on whether the stuff is snaggy or not. But they're really fun, and like everything is one of a kind, obviously not necessarily repeatable, which is kind of fun.
That's very fun.
And then she also just recently started making jewelry from the old metal knitting needles. So we have some earrings, and we have some like stamped out bracelets over by the register over there. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell me about this colorway.
So I have a painting that I did several years ago, and for our Advent last year, I sent that painting to one dyer, and basically I've been sending that same painting to the dyers and getting their different interpretations of it per every time we do a custom colorway. So what somebody used it for our Advent last year. I'll just show you this out of the skein because it's so pretty.
It is. I have to show you, I got this yesterday and I've already worked it into my
did
Hexie,
you?
and it's
Is it so pretty?
Beautiful. Yeah.
My gal Kimber, she said it looks like one of those lollipop sucker, like the big lollipop suckers. So it's so pretty. So this is Jada Wu Designs. Jessica, she's in Tacoma, Washington, and she actually just opened up her own brick and mortar there. Awesome. But she also dyes yarn, and she's going to be here next weekend. So I'm sorry that you're missing her.
I know.
But yeah, she's a lovely dyer designer, and then her shop, like, because she is a dyer, she like really brings in a lot of, like, that's basically her specialty, is bringing in trunk shows.
Very cool.
So
So I wanted to come back over to the hand spun because you said you have 3 different things, like 3 different places it comes from?
Yeah, I realized there's actually 4 different spinners. So we have Jeannie and Mackenzie. They're 2 friends, and they spin just kind of what they like.
Yeah.
Which produces a lot of really fun stuff. And they're really like, they do knit, but like they love to spin. So obviously, do you spin at all?
I don't, but I want to.
Okay, yeah.
Are you a spinner?
I just enough to make me want to buy lots of fiber.
Right.
Yeah.
I really do want to get into it, like next year maybe.
But I don't know. They are more like, they just like to spin, and so then they have to support their habit. So we have their hand spun and really beautiful stuff, kind of random fibers. And then we have Marianne. She just Hidden Valley Hand Spun. She's in Boise. Her stuff, so she belongs to a lot of fiber clubs. And so, yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, that's awesome.
It's so pretty. She just does, she spins a lot of things. And look at this big, like she does these big beefy ones. So you could do like a big sweater project.
These prices are really good.
Are they?
Yes.
Good.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this neutral one's very pretty too.
Oh, it's so soft.
Yeah, she's just so good.
Okay. Well, we might be coming back over here to look
And
later.
then these ones, I think these are milled. These are milled locally, but this is a gal. She's out in Marcine. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah. And she has a little farm, and she has a little Airbnb you can stay at on her farm. But Lucky 4 Farms, her name is Julia. And some of this, she used to have Angoras. So some of this is Angora.
Oh, cool.
These ones have Angora in them. They're so lovely.
Nice. That's cool.
And then she has a little flock of sheep as well this is all her fiber that she raises.
I love that. And I know we talked about this one a little bit, but you said that these ones are from like a rescue?
A rescue, yeah. So all the animals are... I don't know, like people get sheep as pets, sheep as pets, and they maybe don't realize the care involved in them, or I don't know, like, I don't know. But anyway, they have these animals that they will go shear for, that, because if you don't shear a sheep regularly, it really is bad for their health. Like they need to be sheared and taken care of. So that's what they do. They actually did a shearing just this morning, but this is all fiber, and this is locally milled. There's a mill out in Marcine also called I Make Yarn, and they also have they have an alpaca farm and a little yarn shop out there. It's called Yarnageddon. So this is all milled at Yarnageddon.
Very cool.
So.
Here is a bulky.
Yeah. These are really fun, like 200 gram skeins. So if you're going to be making those fun, bulky hats for winter, Rusty Spur. Oh my goodness. You know how you can only remember like 4 names at a time?
No, fair enough. We can look it up. I just love the colors.
Anyway, yeah, she is like, she loves color. Like most of her stuff is not repeatable. She just like dyes what she likes, and then, or like she'll just do a dye. And so this is very one of a kind colorways. But I love her. Her sense of color is just amazing. She also raises sheep. She has mohair goats, so she dyes like the curly locks for spinning, and she makes stitch markers and stuff. So she's very fun.
I want to know the history of the store. So when did you get started? When did you open? What made you want to open a yarn store?
Okay, man, what a long question.
I know.
There's so many things I could tell you.
Tell us all of it.
All of it. Okay, so gosh, I started knitting in probably early 2000s. When my first baby was born, my mom taught me how to knit. And shortly after that, one of my friends opened a yarn shop, which is still open in Nampa down the road, but they've kind of branched more into pottery now.
Oh,
cool. But they do carry yarn and spinning stuff there. But so that was like my first experience with like yarn and fiber. It was so fun. And kind of knit on and off since then, and I've had many different jobs. I've worked at a bakery, I've worked at a coffee shop, I used to do graphic design, but I got to work for a yarn manufacturer locally. Heidi Hennessy, she had Luxadorna cashmere, and she just opened a new line of cashmere called Coastal Cashmere.
Oh, cool.
But anyway, I got to work for her, which was like my most favorite job I've ever had, and manufacturing cashmere. And through that, we got to go to a lot of trade shows and meet a lot of different yarn shop owners. And so we used to just like dream about what our perfect yarn store would look like. And we were like, what would we do if we had a yarn shop? Yeah. And so just getting to do that for several years and kind of dream about it. And I mean, at the time we were like joking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so once my kids were all graduated from high school, I was going back and forth of whether I wanted to go back to school to become an art teacher, which was like my like that's what I wanted to do while I was in high school, or if I wanted to open a yarn shop. And I was just kind of going back and forth.
You made the right choice, by the way. As a former teacher, you made the correct decision.
Yeah, so I was like, I think what landed me was like, do I want to be working with like kids long term? Because I wanted to teach high school art. Yeah. So it's like, that was a really big turning point for me, was my high school art teacher, and just like kind of shaped who, I don't know. I feel like it shaped a lot of who I am right now, was like taking those high school art classes, and like you can really have a big impact on people during that time. So I decided, do I want to work with kids, or would I rather work with my peers long term? And I chose to work with my peers long term. Like I still get to teach, I still get to foster creativity,
create community,
impact people's lives. I just like when people come in and they're like, I could never do that. I'm like, yes, you can. Yeah. We absolutely can. So that's like my favorite thing about the yarn shop. So that was where I was. My youngest son graduated from high school in 2021, and then we opened our shop in June of 21. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a kind of a scary time to open, but also it was like people were really starved for community, and it just like, I don't know, it's so weird because it's only been 3 years, but it just like, even at my first anniversary, I was like, it just was like so comfortable. I was like, this is my life. Like, this is what I was meant to do. So I just love it so much.
How did you find this building? Is this the first place you opened?
No. So we opened in a little neighborhood south of town, like a little neighborhood strip mall, which we love that location. But we were kind of secluded, like back, like when people would come see us, they'd be like, oh, we like had to go through neighborhoods to get here. So it was good. The location was cute, but it was probably like half the size of this place. And so doing as many events as we do, we just needed more space for classes and things. And so I've lived in this town all my life, well, since I was 5, basically all my life. And this building is just kind of, it used to be, so originally it was an electrician shop.
Okay.
That's the history of the building. My landlord lives upstairs. She's the sweetest old lady, but
we met her on the way in.
Yes. But like her family built this building, and it's been many things. Like through my high school life, it was a costume shop.
Okay.
And so in all these windows right here, there was always just like mannequins with crazy costumes on. So that's like what I remember it being, but it's been a lot of things since then. But it's just like kind of a cool old standalone building.
It's a very cool location.
The light in here is amazing. It has a really beautiful back room.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we love it here.
It's so cool.
It's we could stand to have a little bit better parking situation, but you know,
you can't have everything.
exactly.
So how did you come up with the name Three Loves?
Okay. Three Loves is a long, cute family story.
Okay, love that.
A lot of people think it's because of my children. They always think I have 3 kids, but really I have 4 kids. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to joke that I can only love 3 kids at a time.
Yeah, that was going to be my guess too, is like when I first saw the name, I was like, oh, I bet she has 3 kids.
Yeah, nope. 4 kids, but it's about my my middle son. He's number 3 in the line of 4. My mom used to call the kids in for a hug every time when she would leave from babysitting them, or if she'd come. And one day they had kind of a rough day, and Jonas came in for a hug, and he was like hugging Grandma, saying, "Grandma, I have 3 loves for you. 2 of them are gone. If you yell at me one more time, I am through with you." And so our family just started saying that to each other as like we'd be like, "I have 3 loves for you," and it could be a warning, it could be endearing, and so I have used that for a while. I
so
wrote a couple of patterns back when I was working for the cashmere manufacturer Luxadorna, and so I just used that as my thing, and I had already had the logo, and there are so many Yarny Pun stores out there already that I was like, I'm just going to use this. So
it's super cute.
So it's just family story.
And I love your logo too with the hearts.
Oh,
you have a space like in the doorway, or in like the threshold of the doorway.
Yes.
That is tiled with your logo.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
So whoever was here before, it was like a rough spot. Like it was not finished. Like the concrete went up, but then this tile went up, and there was just like this rough spot in the tile, or in like rough concrete. And so it just was an opportunity to add just like a little personal touch.
So you're talking about community stuff. What kinds of things do you offer, like, you know, on a weekly basis? And then also like you have classes, you have once a year events, like what kinds of things do you do?
So I'll start with the week to week. So we do Makers Meetup, which is like, we used to call it Knit Night, but Knit Night is very specific. So we changed it to Makers Meetup because we have spinners, knitters. We have some people that do bead work, that they bring their beads in and do stuff like that. Crocheters, just like, we just want to cover like all things. There's a man who comes in with his wife, and he like paints and stuff in the back, like sets up and has little watercolor stuff. So just like anybody who's making and just wants community, we do that Wednesday mornings for our early morning crowd. And then we have a Friday night for our, I don't know,
like people come after work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if they work during the week, like it's a good time for them. Like a lot of people love it because it's like their unwind time. They just come Friday night and we hang out until 9. They bring their dinner.
That's awesome.
Once a month we do a potluck with the Friday night people. It's really fun.
That is really fun.
And then on a daily basis, like people can really stop in and get help anytime. So if you need like 10 to 15 minutes of help, if you like dropped a stitch and need help with that, I don't know, help with your sweater transitions, you know, you get scared about putting sleeves on a sweater or whatever, like you can pop in, we can like keep you going on your projects. That's kind of our big deal, is like, we want to help you so that you can continue knitting. And we're trying to like build confident knitters. Like, and adventurous knitters. So
very cool. Now you mentioned a retreat, and I know it's not like the Three Loves retreat, but y'all are semi-connected?
Yeah, I've been on the board the past couple of years. So it's like a board of 4. One year we had 4, and it changes from year to year, just depending on who's volunteering for it. But the retreat is in McCall. It's really a very inclusive retreat because the cost is very inclusive.
Is it more of like a come and hang out kind of a retreat, or like a classes?
So. It's more like it's like a weekend getaway, and we do have classes at the retreat, but it's called No One Teach One. So when you sign up for the retreat, you can volunteer to teach a class. So all of the classes are free, and they're provided by the people who are attending the retreat.
That's awesome.
And it's like a wide variety of stuff, like maybe like beginning knitting, beginning crochet. I teach brioche a lot of times when we go, and that's really fun. We have this lady who teaches a color theory class that's like amazing. But then there's also like yoga. We had a gal teach pickleball last year because they have a pickleball court. So it's like a lot of things. It's on the lake in McCall. Like it's a lakefront campground. So the campground is just gorgeous. It is a kids campground, so it's a little rustic.
Like a bunk bed situation.
It's a bunk, you can get your own room if you want, but like it's very like summer camp. Like
that's fun for a weekend.
It's
though.
super fun. Yeah. But like the meals are all included. It is a Seventh-day Adventist camp, so all the meals are vegetarian. Okay. But meals are all included. McCall is like, the town of McCall is not far away, so you can like drive into town if you want to. And there's a market. So there's like, it's like a little small curated market. I think we have like between 10 and 13 vendors.
That's pretty big.
Of yarn, bags. We had a potter last year. That was super fun. So yeah, we're excited. I think it's half full already this year. So
okay, great. Yeah. When does it happen?
In September. Okay. It's like September 18th through the 20th, I think.
Very nice.
19th through 20th. I'll have to get the flyer.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get the
It's
details.
in September. It's Fiber Love Retreat. It's very fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, for people who maybe don't live here in Idaho, what's a great way for them to just kind of keep up with what's happening in the store, or like, can they shop online, or?
So we do have a website online. We don't have everything on there.
Yeah. That's a lot to keep up with.
I wish that we could, but it just takes a lot to like maintain. Our products are just like changing all the time. That's kind of the thing about our shop. We are like always bringing in new lines of stuff and changing our inventory quite a bit. But there is some stuff online. We do live videos on Instagram and Facebook every Tuesday morning. And that's kind of, so Tuesdays when we open for the week, we're closed on Mondays. But Tuesday mornings, we do our live video. We say what's going on for the next couple of weeks. And we usually show what's new in the shop. So a lot of times our customers who are out of town will call and be like, I saw that thing. And we just make them an invoice and mail their package to them. So
that's honestly better than going to the website sometimes, because then you can like, if you're there live, you can like interact and be like, so I need to know more.
And we do like, we haven't done like the like FaceTime shopping appointments, but like if people see something or if they want to know something, we'll like snap them pictures of colors. And
very nice.
Yeah, we've had some people who used to live here that moved away, and so we do like, she'll call and be like, I need this, and so we'll like send her pictures of what she's looking for. And yeah,
that's so great.
If you ever see anything on the live, we can always send it out to you. So
that's awesome. Yeah, the community you have here, like definitely if people are coming through or traveling or around the area for any reason, they should come here, because we had so much fun last night.
I'm so glad. Yeah, I don't know, like it's just, you never know what you're going to get on a Friday night. Like the people that we have, people that come every week, but then like, there's just like some rotating people that come in. And then we do have people that like, I feel like there's a lot of travelers who have like kids that live here. So they're like
seasonal,
they're like moms that will like come in and visit. And when they're in town, they come and they knit with us. So we like maybe see them like 3 or 4 times a year, but like, it's just so fun. And then, we have been getting a lot more people popping through, which is, it's just so fun.
That is great. I love
people and knowing their stories. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was great to hang out last night.
I'm so glad.
Well, thank you for having us here today and allowing us to film the shop. It's just been a pleasure.
Of course. Yeah, it was my pleasure.